Hello everyone, my name is PJ and this is my friend Tyler and welcome back to 2P Crash Bandicoot Warped! Part 16? Yeah, it's 16.
Why do I do that every time?
Do what every time?
Like every time we say warped and then, I just say warped afterwards. Again, I always say it twice. I don't know why I do that.
Are you compelled to?
I guess I'm just kind of compelled to, I think.
Well, whatever. Anyway. That was timed poorly.
Yes, it was. That was timed better. That's the best way to do it, is just run around. Hey, but you know what? You said before, you're always because we had the conversation before about like attention to detail and how important it is.
Yeah.
And you said, who cares? No one's gonna see it. Well, you just saw the 3 different colored things on the ramps. You thought no one would see that.
I saw it because I pay attention to that stuff. Most people don't.
Well, no, you see, that's the logic that you fail to understand, though. You noticed it. Do you really think you're the only one who did? Do you honestly believe that?
I don't hear anyone else talking about it.
Well, maybe because it's not very important. Maybe because it doesn't make that much of a difference in the long run. But it still means someone saw it. Someone made note of it. That's what the point is. Do you really think people are going to go online and talk over like the internet, like in Reddit or something, about look at the colored panels on Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped?
If it came out today, someone probably would. Oh, I finally have invincibility.
Well, it's the same way it is in the Insane Trilogy, not mentioning anything on that.
No, I'm not doing that with invincibility. You can't fool me.
You had a great time there with the invincibility.
Oh crap, more forward stages. There's gonna be more of those robots. Eat these robots.
Oh, what was that?
It stuck its spikes out. God damn it.
This stage sucks. So much for making good time. This sucks.
I can do it again if I'm careful. It's 2 masks.
You're not even gonna... You're like, screw this nonsense.
2 masks right at the start that I can use.
Why are they so close? I guess he just knew this level stage was hard. Nope.
Damn it!
Oh, that was really good. You're getting angry now. Use that anger to fuel you. I don't know if I mentioned it on... Well, since he's going to be doing this for a little while, I don't think I mentioned it at all, because I don't think I had set up at the time, but I recently paid in... Now, I normally would not support EA or Origin or any of that stuff, but I was told of this thing called Origin Access that lets you pay $30 a year to gain access to a rather plentiful selection of EA's previous games. Battlefield 1, for example, a lot of the Mass Effect titles. I thought it was very cool, so I went ahead and purchased into that. And, so I guess in a way, like, part of me is saying, like, well, I shouldn't have done that because I don't want to support EA or anything they do. But that's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to mean by that. I'm doing it not because I want to support them, but because they actually did something good. And I want to let them know that they made a good thing. And that they should continue to do that good thing. Does that make sense? Yeah. I think it does.
Can't pay attention. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm just kind of talking. Oh.
Are you kidding? That was like a millisecond.
Well, keep going. But that's the reasoning behind it, basically. It's just, why would I purposely keep myself from following and approving of something through my purchase if I really think that what they did is good and valuable to the community as a whole? I think that makes a lot of sense. I think it's what a lot of people should do. That's what more people should do. Like, for example, like I'm not happy with the way that they handled the tacked on like the way they removed the pallets or whatever they're called in Destiny 2. I'm sure everyone who's played that nowadays is aware of how they downgraded it to be one use only, as opposed to getting permanent colors. That really made me mad. And so as a result, I don't want to support Destiny 2 because of it. I know people say that's small and it's really stupid to even worry about it. But the more that we allow companies to take advantage of us through worthless things that don't add anything to gameplay and just microtransactions out the ass and stuff, it's not worth supporting them anymore if I don't want that out of the experiences that I play. I mean, there's hundreds of other games to play out there. Just because I miss out on one is not going to make that big of a difference. And I think that's what a lot of people have to come and realize. They have to value what they consume in media more, I think. Otherwise, games will never actually reach a point of being considered at the same value or level.
Got invincibility again.
Good for you. Can you kill it for invincibility? You can, okay. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Gold.
That feels like I should have gotten platinum. I think I did perfectly. I don't know. There's a trick I'm unaware of.
We did stop at one point to jump in onto the time crate.
Well, I stopped because I was about to lose my invincibility, and if I jumped, I would have lost the mask to the spike thing. Then I wouldn't have been able to get invincibility again. So, what's this one? Got that one already.
Yep. Okay, gotta do this one.
Flaming Passion, 143.
Yep. Good luck. But seriously, everybody. You know, look at what you like, value, and look at what you value in that experience, and be aware of what you're supporting, because it really matters, and it always will really matter. Don't just look at a game and be like, well, it's okay, I just want to play it, so I'm just gonna play it. No. Think about it. Also, don't buy pre-orders. They're worthless. They don't do anything except...
Or early access games.
What?
Don't do early access games either. Really? I got them, but then they exploded on me.
I would say early access is fine as long as the company that's doing it is showing they actually seem to care about their product. Because it can be a lot of good for a lot of small companies. That's it. I have fulfilled my,
See, I don't like pre-order games, not pre-order games, early access games at all, because you're paying full price for a game that might never get finished.
And there's no way that they can actually build on that promise. And I understand your logic entirely. But that's the thing, though. Early access shouldn't be built that way. There's plenty of early access titles. Like, you know what was an early access title that everyone was okay with? Minecraft.
Subnautica.
I was gonna say Minecraft.
Wasn't it free at first, though?
The full title? No.
No, the original, like, alpha Minecraft.
The alpha was, but when the game reached, when it was actually considered Minecraft and not just Infiniminer or whatever it was called.
And that was a different game.
It was, oh, well, whatever. The point is that, yes, the alpha version was free to everybody. But once it became, like, fully featured and everything, and they reached the first, like, 1.0 or whatever it was, then it cost money, but it was cheap. Like, it was, like, $5 or something, like, when it first came out. And anyone who bought it early on for that price, they never had to go up in price from there. And they still get every update, That's the way early access should work. It should not be full price. You should pay for what content is there, and you treat the people good who actually are willing to support you. That's the way you do it. Just ask Notch. He's a millionaire now. Also, seriously, game companies in Steam, why in the hell did it take you so long to set up a refund policy for your games?
Because, I don't know, people just didn't think that being able to refund digital games would be possible.
But that's not even legal. Like, I mean, you can go into any store and refund anything you want as long as you have the receipt for it. And in digital form, you always have a receipt. It's a digital receipt. It's always there. So, please, for the love of God, tell me why it took so freaking long. I think it was mostly because of, like, other country laws or whatever that kind of made them want to do it. But it's just freaking stupid. I mean, thank you for actually making a refund policy that's pretty nice, but why don't you have an infinite refund policy? Why can't I just return anything I want at any time? I can do that anywhere else. If I'm not happy with something, I can return it. That's the nature of returns. That's why you do it. It's called being nice to your customers. It's called, being reasonable. I mean, I get you're trying to avoid abuse because you don't want people just returning everything they have, but you can always deny returns. Like, there's no reason to have an arbitrary time limit of 2 weeks or whatever. It's ridiculous. I mean, yes, I've gotten returns on games past 2 weeks by telling them things like, it doesn't run well on my system, and then they actually will be willing to do that. But still. Hey, you made it, right?
Yep.
I know I'm ranting, but I can't help it, because honestly, this stuff really gets on my nerves.
One of my biggest problems with Steam is that, even if a game has like a 0% based on over 1,000 votes, they won't get taken down or anything.
No, they don't remove bad games. Do you realize how many games on Steam right now aren't even actually games and are just stolen? Here's the exact number, right? You probably didn't know this. Literally 10% of the market of the games on Steam right now are stolen. And they're making money off of it. They're making money off it because of trading cards.
And Steam isn't doing shit about it, right?
Nope, they're not doing anything. Because Steam won't do anything unless it benefits them in some way. And them stopping that market wouldn't benefit them at all. Which is why they're not stopping it. But it's ridiculous. Like, I cannot believe... Like, I say 10%, like, it is literally 10% of the titles. And when I say stolen, okay, they're bought from the Unity Asset Store, just as is, and then put up on the market to make for games. And they make money off of Steam trading cards by trading those between users. That's how they make their money. Now, Steam tried. They did try to do something to stop it. What they did is they made it so that any game that's added to the Steam storefront, you can't actually start making profit off of it until you get over $1,000 in sales. But making $1,000 in sales is literally the easiest thing ever. Like, any game on there is going to make $1,000 pretty much automatically. So it deterred absolutely no one from doing it. Not even the $100 prey price to get. Because remember when we were talking before about how them getting rid of the green light system was going to make better games for Steam? It hasn't. There's now worse games on Steam now. Because all anyone has to do is just pay $100 and it's on Steam. So there's actually worse games on Steam now than there used to be.
I think their logic is that if you're willing to pay $100 to put a game on Steam, then you must be confident in it. But like you just said, it's easy to make that money back once you start selling it.
Exactly, right? So you don't have to make any effort at all. So as a result, there are worse games, more crummy people. And the worst part is kids. Kids are coming on there making games, and they're like 5-second projects, and they're making money off of it. Is that it? We're done?
I think we're doing the 5th hub, yeah. We just have to go do the 6th hub now.
Alright, cool. I know this entire episode has just become an entire rant by me. I am sorry if that's getting annoying. But...
Oh, it's something to talk about while I'm doing the time trials, but... Yeah. So... What are we at now?
Let's look at something more positive, though. Let's look at something more positive.
Well, we still have 4 more gems to get.
Yep.
And only 1 relic left.
Yep.
Which I know what it is. It's in the last bonus hub stage. Rings of Power.
Let's go do it.
And it probably has the...
Better make a save.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Back here. And I've done Area 51. Just double checking that one. Okay, here's the alternate entrance Future Frenzy. And this is gonna be a bitch.
Okay, why is this gonna be so bad?
Because the alternate entrance is going to drop us off in the middle of the main stage. Then we have to go backwards to get all the crates. So let's just take our time. This is like the hardest thing to do in the entire game, I think.
Well, we're gonna find out. It may actually be harder, it may not be. Aww. that was quite a jubilant start, wasn't it?
Jubilant?
Yeah. Like wondrous.
Wow. Okay. How do I get up there? There. Okay.
You'll probably do it with a normal double jump too. But
No, I tried. No more double jump was the first thing I tried. You got a slide jump.
I'm just saying there's probably a way to do it otherwise. Just because you try something once doesn't mean it's necessarily not going to work every time. That's why, like, I never got the whole thing about, like, you know, like, you don't, just because something doesn't work once doesn't mean it won't work some other way. You can try again. It's just silly to think otherwise. How well received was this game when it first came out? I assume that, like, people loved it.
Very well received, yeah.
Like, I wonder, like, what bad reviews at the time even said about it. Like, I wonder what kind of stuff they would view as negatives. Because the only real negatives I can foresee about, like, you know, anything about this would just be things that people would dislike.
You're spitting on me, man.
Am I?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, that's that taken care of.
Is there a nitro crate here for blowing them all up?
The nitro switch?
Yeah.
Probably.
If there isn't, you're very missed a few boxes.
No, I blew them up with the bazooka.
There were some before those ones, wasn't there?
No, I'm pretty sure I blew them all up.
Okay. Probably. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. Okay, because now we gotta walk all the way... Actually, hold on a second. Do we have to walk all the way back?
Yeah, there's crates right here.
Well, no, because if we go into the bonus round... Is this a stage with the bonus round that takes you back to the start? So can't we just go through the bonus round until we're back to the start of the stage and then
Wait. No, this doesn't have a gem path.
No?
No, because we just got one of its 2 gems from the alternate entrance.
Okay.
The other ones for the boxes.
So I was thinking of a different stage.
Yes, you were.
Okay. I was thinking of a different stage then. Alright.
Gotta be super careful.
You have mask for you, at least. Well, at least it's so funny to see them in like little flying machines that are that close to the ground. Like, what's the point? Okay. And you walk yourself back.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, this is just kind of filler. To be honest. This is actually... You can't aim that way, you know. What the heck was that?
I was trying to see if there were enemies ahead of me.
Yeah, this
Like the big red glowing things.
Definitely does not seem right. But
This is how you gotta do it. There's a checkpoint right there, though, so...
I like the jump then. Ah, okay. Now you know it's there.
Great.
Nothing else you could have done. That's the only way you could have.
Well, we have played this stage before, though, so we could have memorized it. Okay.
Fruit. No big guys here? I guess there isn't.
No, they're only in the other one.
Okay. It's so weird how that actually hits them.
So, you know that one episode where we said bazooka and I referenced Hogs of War?
Yeah.
I tried finding the sound clip of the character from Hogs of War saying it that way. So I went to soundresources.com and I could only find the voices in Spanish. And they had all the voice clips too, just all the Spanish ones.
Huh.
It's kind of weird.
Someone didn't collect the English riffs? Okay. If I knew how to rip audio from games, I probably would just put it up there myself. That would be a fun hobby, just ripping sounds from games. Wouldn't that be a fun hobby?
Yeah, figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to be almost at the beginning. Right? Is this it?
Yeah, that's the start.
Okay, we're at the start. Now we just gotta get back without dying.
Surprised they didn't give you any masks. Well, this entire opening path. Might as well blow up the nitro.
Just to be safe.
Just to be safe, yeah. Made it snow skin off your nose, right? I never got that saying. Apparently you can't explain it either.
No, I'm trying to think of what the origin could possibly be, but now I'm just reminded of the more than one way to skin a cat phrase. Like, how the fuck did that start?
Were cats ever actually, like...
Skinned?
Skinned for some reason?
Probably.
Hmm.
Probably in some backwoods country that hates animals.
What?
You heard me.
Well, I'm just saying because, like, I mean, we need animal fur for lots of things. So we need to, I mean...
To skin them, though?
Well, if you want to make leather. How else do you think leather's made?
What do we need leather for, though?
Well, leather is used for making all kinds of things. I mean, I know it's something for... I can't think of anything too useful, though, outside of just, clothing, mostly. I mean, leather interiors for cars, I guess, which are just better to use for the most part for, you know, comfort's sake. But...
I mean, it'd be one thing if they only did it to cats that are already dead. But you know that if they did it at all, then they probably just killed them and did it.
Well, I mean, see, the thing is, you have this idea that, like, you know, just because something exists just to be killed for its resources, that's immediately a bad thing. Which isn't necessarily the right way of looking at it.
How would you feel if you were one of those things that was killed for its resources?
Well, I understand where you're coming from, logistics-wise. I get it. But the thing is... Well, I'm trying to think about a good answer for it. Because bringing us into the equation is kind of, it's not really...
Yeah, imagine if we were taken over by aliens and they basically treated us like cattle. They ate us and they wore our skin.
Okay.
Hooked us up to machines. Kept us nice and sedated so we couldn't fight back. And we're not any less intelligent as a result, just less intelligent than them.
Just thinking of my options here, of how to respond. That's all. Because I'm not arguing that that is definitely a very nice way of thinking. I just don't hold it as valuable, I guess, that, you know, that they should be held to any sort of higher degree than we would. You know? Let me just try and think here. Because I'm trying to think right now, like, of what... I mean, there's plenty of animals out there that don't need to be killed to produce clothing for people. That's definitely one good thing. Like, you know, animal furs in general, like, for, like, wild animals, like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the more that's unnecessary. That's literally just for comfort's sake and nothing else.
Fashion.
For fashion. That's the only... That doesn't make any sense. I completely understand that. And sheep wool is a great way to get material without killing an animal, for sure. But, you know, it's about how far it goes, though. Because like if you say that we shouldn't be killing animals in general just because they do hold some sort of value that's on equal terms with us, then what would you say? What about all the hundreds of things you kill just by walking anyway?
What, insects?
Insects, microscopic organisms, hundreds. What about those? Do those hold value? I mean, because obviously they must by your logic, right?
And they should. I mean, I'm a human and therefore a hypocrite by default. And I do kill bugs all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, we shouldn't. Like from a moral standpoint.
You can say that from a moral standpoint, but that doesn't. You can't uphold that logic though, because you know that you're being hypocritical right now.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So you can say that yes, it's a good in theory. I mean, it's the same way of trying to defend communism. I guess it's the same kind of logic.
I still don't know exactly what communism is.
Well,
isn't that just like the people are ruled by whoever is most fit for the job or something like that?
Well, communism is more that everyone works not for money or material gain, but for the betterment of everyone else. That is what it is.
That doesn't sound bad on paper.
But it is bad. It's bad because of human nature. That somebody is always going to want to be in first place, and that's always going to be the case. And the thing is, people always like to say that communism works in a vacuum, which may in fact be true. But our world is not a vacuum. There's always going to be somebody who's going to come to the top no matter what you do. Make sense?
Who's on top on Earth?
Well, that's the problem, is that all of us are trying to be on top. That's the problem.
Who's currently on top? Who currently holds the most power?
The USA.
The USA is the place, not a person. Are you saying that Donald Trump holds the most power?
Donald Trump has no power at all. He's just president. The most he can do is say we're going to war with somebody. That's the most he can do.
Well, anyway, I'm not a politician. I don't talk about politics often enough to have any idea what I'm talking about. All I know is how I feel. That's all I know. That's all I can know.
Well, the entire point of me making that conversation wasn't to, because I don't know either. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
No, we're idiots.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Ignore everything we just said. So, we only have one level left to do. Yep, and that's this one right here. Mm-hmm. Rings of Power, which is basically Superman 64 in Crash 3.
Okay. Then,
well, it's not that bad of a stage, it's just kind of difficult. We got 2 gems to get and 1 relic. And then we fight the final boss again to get the other ending, and we're done.
Yep, so let's save it for the next episode?
Yep.
Alright.
So, thank you all so very much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. If you want to support us on Patreon, there'll be an end card at the end of the video, the link in the description below, alongside links to our social media and Tyler's Twitch account.
Yeah, and don't listen to our political information, because we're completely wrong.
Don't listen to anyone's political views. So, we'll see you all in the next video.
See ya.
We're recording for over 2 hours this episode.
I know, but we're going till we finish, dude. I don't care. I don't care how long it takes. We're finishing this game, and when we're done, we're going to cry. Let's agree to never unnecessarily do 100% of a game ever again.